Well, believe it or not, this coffee cup today is very apropos, if you will. Remember the dog? I forget the movie, but I think maybe it was Up. The dog always gets sidetracked when he sees squirrel. He'll be doing something and all of a sudden, squirrel! Like this. Well, that's kind of like what government is. You have to really watch what they say, because what they say is not always exactly the truth of what they're trying to say. So as you all know here, there's a lot of things going on. They're talking about travel and things like that, and travel passport if you've been vaccinated. And some places are saying, well, that's discriminatory and et cetera, yet that might be the only way that people are allowed to travel at all for a while until everybody gets vaccinated, or there's herd immunity, or there's no cases of COVID or something like that. So it's can we allow a few people to go, or can we not allow anybody to go? It's a big argument out there, but one of the ones here in Canada we keep talking about, as you know, United States doing really well. You're up around 33 out of every 100 people have been vaccinated. The UK up around 36 people out of every 100 now vaccinated. Canada, we're just around 8 out of every 100 vaccinated, and you guys are jumping, and we are just like this. But the government made this big fuss last week about how they have passed 3 million people here in Canada now that have been vaccinated. That's right. It's been 83 days since we started vaccinating, and we've managed to get 3 million people vaccinated. Well, first off, United States, yesterday, you did 4 million people in one day. Let you know how bad we're doing when you talk numbers. But I looked at it, I said 3 million people. Well, we're not vaccinating anybody over the age of 18. So 3 million people should be right around 10%. Yet when I look at the stats, it says 7%. Why is our stats so low? Well, you see, we haven't really vaccinated 3 million individual people. What we've done is we've vaccinated 2,666,000 people. Yet we've given the second dose to 600,000 people. But if you add them together, that's over 3 million people. So we vaccinated over 3 million people. No, we haven't. We vaccinated 2.6. But they wanted to make it sound like that bigger number. Because in all factuality, it's going to take another 2 to 3 weeks to hit that 3 million people of individual people who have been vaccinated. But they wanted that headline because the headlines haven't been good. The headlines have definitely not been good. Almost every single week here in Canada, we fall farther and farther behind the vaccine timeline. In the United States, people are going, when can we cruise here in the United States? When can we start traveling? When are we going to be able to do this? And here in Canada, we said we're not cruising for another year. Why? Because we know darn well our vaccine rollout is ridiculously bad. So there's no possible way we can do that. New York is wondering, hey, maybe by May and June, we could start opening the Canada-US border for driving, and we can go back and forth. Not here in Canada. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. There's no way we're gonna be having anywhere near close to the amount of people vaccinated in April and May in order to let that happen. It would be a miracle. Let's just say a miracle if that would possibly happen. But every day we have the smiling faces of our government getting in front of the places and telling us, like, I literally watched them go yesterday. And I don't know, how can these political figures say some things with a straight face? Because I watched the live update on COVID for Canada yesterday, where we had the chief medical officer, we had the rollout general who's rolling out the vaccines, we had the official scientist, we had all those people on this big call that was live on TV and everyone could watch it. And they spent the first 40 minutes of that conversation talking about how we have to, COVID cases are still on the rise. Variants are now becoming the predominant strain. People have to be more vigilant. There may be more lockdowns coming. We're at the end, but we have to be more and more vigilant. We have to be more and more strict because of the variants, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then after that 40 minutes of talking about that, the one chief medical officer smiles at the camera and said, but the good thing is our vaccine rollout is going really, really well. And I almost wanted to punch my TV. Because the vaccine rollout is not going well. We're 59th in the world, Canada. Just say it like it is. You don't have to lie. And that's what it was. It's an out-and-out lie on live TV. It's not going well. In fact, this week, we received less vaccines again than we were hoping to get. So no, it's not going well at all. And it's bamboozling to listen to government officials out and out lie to us, to mislead us, and then change numbers also to make it look like, it's better than it is. Look, guys, 3 million people have been vaccinated. Well, no, 2.6 million people have been vaccinated and 6.6 million have been given the second dose. Back when we were doing it after 28 days. And by the way, we're not doing 28 days now. We're doing 4 months. Because, it looks better that way for us, because the more people we can say is vaccinated, the faster it looks like we're getting it out. Now, remember those numbers in the United States that I told you about, that people, they're up to 33 people out of every 100 people. Well, that's 33 people that are receiving the second dose also within 28 days. They're not waiting 4 months. In Canada, we're not even at 3 million people yet, and we're not giving out the second dose for 4 months. But it's okay, because our vaccine rollout is going really well. It's a bold-faced lie. And you know what? I'm going to get the vaccine when it comes. I'm not one of those anti-vaxxers or anything, but I'm tired of government just trying to mislead us. Just tell us the truth for sake. Just say it. We're big. We're grown-ups. We can take it. You might take a hit in the polls, though, and God forbid that should happen. But man, oh man, wouldn't it be refreshing to have somebody actually come out and say, yeah, we have to be very careful. We have to do this. We have to do that. And you know what? The vaccine's going slower than we had hoped. It's not going as good. It's not great right now. We're hoping to get it better in the near future. Wow. I would applaud that politician. I'd give him a standing ovation and they would have my vote. But the politician that got up yesterday and said, our vaccines are going well, is a bold-faced liar and would never get my vote. So, yeah. It's only Wednesday. It's only Wednesday, and I'm a little worked up over that. One of the reasons I'm worked up, because remember I told you about the honest honor roll system that we're doing here. We're going to do it by the honor system. So, because no one in Canada would ever think of jumping the line or anything like that. There's cases all over Ontario of people jumping the line. Absolutely jumping the line. People are driving to other cities to get the vaccine, and they're not even being asked where they live, what city they're from, or anything. They're just being given the vaccine. So if you want to be that creep that jumps the line, and maybe, you're a 30-year-old person that gets the vaccine instead of the 80-year-old person that's due to get one, I guess the honor system's working then. So yeah, there's numerous cases all over the place that have been being announced lately. And it's really disturbing how sad our response to this whole situation has been. But hey, I'm right on track for my vaccination sometime before Christmas. Well, at least for my first dose.